I was doing Christmas shopping for myself. I went on TaylorMade. I got a couple golf clubs. And right when I hit purchase, this menu came up and it was buy now, pay later. And I thought it was interesting. I was like, damn, okay, they're pushing that. And then I went on another site and sure enough, right in front of your face, buy now, pay later. And I started thinking like how bad that is for people. And then like I took it a step further and I was like, dude, you know what? When you think about how good companies are at marketing, like they really make us feel like we have to have something, right? I think for me, like iPhone is probably the most relevant. When a new phone comes out, I feel like all of a sudden my phone stops working. It's super glitchy and slow. And then there's a new camera, there's like new settings, and like I see other people using them and it's like, it makes me feel like I need it or I should be current with the times. Then I go on TikTok and there's a new trend. It's like everything is making me feel like I have to have it. And then you go to Apple and the first thing they show you and tell you is, oh, you can't afford it? All good, you could pay later. And it's no wonder us as a society are consumed with debt. It's like so easy to fall into this trap when everything around us is saying it's okay. You need this and you don't have to be able to afford it. And so I started thinking like, okay, well, how do you not fall victim to incredibly good marketing and this idea that people are saying it's okay if you can't afford things? And I don't know, where I landed, I thought there were like 3 relevant points. I think the obvious one and the thing like, you know, I always tell myself is like, well, can I buy it outright? If I can't buy it outright, I shouldn't finance it. People take it a step further and go, if you can't buy 2 of them, you shouldn't buy it. And I think that's a good rule of thumb. I think for me, like the trap that I fall into is like forgetting that like I need to be confident in myself and not the things. Like the idea that, oh, people like me because I have these things, that's a very concerning issue, and that is always going to lead to you buying more things. But if like we could work on ourselves, and I'm really talking about me specifically, the more I can feel confident about myself and how I make people feel just through our relationship and not the things I have, I think the easier it is for me not to fall into this idea of, oh, I need to have these things or they like me. Or I need to have these things so that people like me. I think the third one too is like, when you have that feeling of like, oh my gosh, I need this, like let's say an iPhone 11, I need the iPhone 11, and you start kind of going through these, your mind starts trying to convince yourself of why you need it. Oh, I need it for business, I need the new phone for social media, whatever it is. I think like recognizing when it's happening and really being honest with yourself and going, you know what, do I really need this? Does this really add value to me and the people around me? Or am I just falling victim to the marketing trap and gonna buy something I want and not need? So I think those are the 3 things, but the buy now, pay later, do not participate in. That is seriously where you get in big trouble. If you can't buy it outright, do not buy it. Just because society tells us it's okay does not mean it's okay. They are not worried about your future, they're worried about selling products. So do not fall victim of that trap.